Good evening, my Dolly friends. It is Gina with Little Midwest Reborns and Dolls. And I'm coming before you today with my precious sweet little Logan. He is the baby that started it all for me. Um, I know his head is the Anna sculpt, but he has different limbs, and it doesn't matter to me that he doesn't have the COA. I know I got him from reborns.com. The way he's painted and all, he's an authentic reborn. So I'm happy with him. At any rate, Logan and I wanted to come on today. I've named him Logan Robert. And we wanted to come on today. It's been a while since I featured Logan. And we are here because it is So Blue Dolly Sunday with Tammera over at Once Upon a Nursery. So we wanted to come on. We wanted to play in So Blue Dolly Sunday. And as you can see, I have Logan in a beautiful light blue Sesame Street little outfit. It has Cookie Monster and Cookie's holding a teddy bear. And Logan has his teddy bear with him today. And he is just precious. And the blanket that he's being held and cuddled in is my little mint green blanket with gray koalas on it and little green leaves. And we love it. We love this little blanket, and it's nice and soft, and I just felt like Logan needed something soft on him today. And he's got his little teddy here with him to keep him company. And earlier we had a bottle, and before his bottle he was playing with his little rattle here. But the rattle he's fallen asleep, so we're just going to peacefully allow him to sleep, and we're going to have a chat. So, first and foremost, like I said, we were here for So Blue Dolly Sunday by Tammera at Once Upon a Nursery. The next thing I want to go over is, I don't know how many videos back it was, but I had shared with you that I had met someone. And I did. And anyway, it didn't work out. I decided to end the relationship because it just wasn't going where I wanted it. And I felt like there were certain things that weren't that weren't truthful. But anyway, so needless to say, I'm moving on. I don't know who God has out there for me, but he has someone, I know. And some people may say to me, Gina, give up. You're too old. You're 69. You're heavy. Or not 69, 59. Woo! I'm aging myself. Maybe it's because I feel like I'm 69 this morning. Anyway, or this afternoon after the day. But I am 59. I will be 60 in the spring. And I just want someone else in my life. I loved being married. I've been married twice. The first time I married very, very young. I married my high school sweetheart. I would say, some people say everything happens for a reason. I say that God has different purposes in our lives and things go on. I really think maybe the purpose of that first marriage was my two beautiful children who are precious gifts from God. Someone asked me the other day, what was my most favorite gift that I've ever received? And my answer was my two children and watching them grow into the adults that they are. And then my wonderful, beautiful grandson. I mean, those are the best gifts that God has ever given me, that anyone has ever given me. So I am very thankful to my ex-husband for our children. We were married 14 and a half years. We split because we could not get along. and we moved on. And then I met my second husband, and he and I were married for 20 years. And he was a strong Christian man, and he was kind and loving and sweet, and no matter what, always made me feel special. And yes, I do miss him very much, but I am not just missing my husband, so I want somebody else. I miss coming home to someone in the house. I miss someone saying to me, good morning. I miss someone saying, what shall we do today when we're both free? I miss that good morning, kiss goodbye, and, you know, I'll be thinking of you today. We just had a good relationship, and unfortunately, he became very, very ill and fought the illness for 8 years. And when finally he said, I have no quality of life, I just can't keep doing this. I feel like I'm nothing but a burden to you. Then, and there's really nothing more that the doctors could do for him at that point. So I decided it would be best to let him go. But we were married for 20 years, and I miss him. I miss having someone to put his arm around me and to hold my hand. At any rate, and like I said, someone to talk to. And I feel like I am no longer in the spring of my life. I'm definitely in the late fall of my life, if we're going to go by seasons, and I don't really want to spend the winter alone. So I'm hoping to meet someone, but we will see. God will provide someone, and when it comes, it comes. So not only did I want, so that's enough of my sob story today. And I don't think I'm going to be mentioning to you guys anymore about if I'm seeing anyone or not, because it gets pretty boring. And so if I meet someone and we become serious, I'll let you know. At any rate, until then, I'm just going to go on and be thankful that I have loving parents that are still both with me. I'm going to be thankful that I have the children I have, enjoy my grandson, enjoy my dolly hobby, and all the other things in life I have to look forward to, like the cruise that my best friend and I are taking in the spring to celebrate turning 60. So, and I've got this precious Logan with me, and he just needed hugs and snuggles and cuddles today. So I've got him. The other thing I want to do is, today is Sunday. On Thursday in the United States, it is our Thanksgiving. So we will be celebrating Thanksgiving on Thursday. So I have a tag that I would like to do. And it is from Gail over at Susie Q's Happy Little Haven. Thanksgiving Day tag. And she had 10 questions. Question number 1, main dish, turkey, ham, vegan, or something else. Always, always, always we have turkey on Thanksgiving. No question about it. Whether back in the day when I was a child or whether I hosted Thanksgiving at my house as an adult, turkey is always served. The next question is number 2, is stuffing bread or cornbread stuffing? Well, we had, which I've learned the difference between stuffing and dressing. The stuffing actually goes in the bird. Dressing you serve on the side. So technically, even though we call it stuffing, it's actually dressing that we have always had in my family. Always, from the time I grew up through now. So, but we always used bread. Never had cornbread. And then much later, when they came out with chicken flavored stovetop stuffing, hey, that was quick. It was easy. Everybody in the family loved it. As a child, sometimes there was a gathering of 30 of us or more with all of the aunts, uncles, cousins, relatives. So when 30 or so people are gathering at one house, you just make several boxes of the stovetop stuffing. And it's served. Okay, number 3, yams or potatoes. Always potatoes. Sometimes there were sweet potatoes on the table, but there was always mashed potatoes as well. And I make a mashed potato dish that had turned into a family favorite. And I had started making it when I began hosting, Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever. And now, even if I have to bring a dish, it is often requested that I bring my mashed potatoes. And it's a real simple recipe. 12 large white mashed potatoes. Of course, you wash them and boil them and then peel them and mash them. And then you add 8 ounces of sour cream. Or no, yes, 8 ounces of sour cream, 8 ounces of cream cheese. I think it's a tablespoon of onion powder and a stick of real butter, and you have to let the butter and all that soften. And you then mash that all together. I always add a little bit more onion powder by about another half a teaspoon, sometimes a full teaspoon. So it maybe calls for 1, but I add 2. Everybody loves it. Then in a 9x13 pan, after your potatoes are mashed, you use real butter. You grease the pan, you line the pan with all the mashed potatoes, and then you drizzle a stick of real butter across the top, and you bake it for an hour. And it turns out absolutely delicious. The potatoes are so creamy, and the dish is so rich. You don't need gravy. Okay, number 4. Vegetables. Traditional green bean casserole or something else. We had both. We would have traditional green bean casserole. Then we would usually have corn. We also would have, just in our family, it was marinated asparagus. And my mother taught me, and we still often have it. You use the cans of the long, of Green Giant long stem asparagus, and you drain them well, and then in a separate bowl, in a separate dish, which you kind of want the dish needs to kind of be oblong so you can lay the asparagus down in it. But you mix extra virgin olive oil, balsamic vinegar, really finely chopped diced onion, and really finely chopped itty bitty minced, it's actually minced onion and minced garlic. And it's kind of to your taste, and so some salt and pepper. It's all to your taste. You don't want to make it too strong though, because the asparagus will absorb all the flavors, and if you put too much balsamic vinegar in, then the next day when you go to eat it, so anyway. But then you pour that dressing over. You just lay the asparagus in the dish, pour the dressing over it. It's served cold. It's wonderful. So we also have the marinated asparagus, and like I said, green beans, and usually corn. All right, number 5, gravy. Packaged, jars, or homemade? Well, we always made homemade, myself included, until I discovered a really good jar. I tried some packaged, and I never cared for them. Well, I've found that the jarred gravy, I think it's by Heinz that I like the most, is very good. You just warm it up, you pour it over that turkey. It is fantastic. So we use the jarred, and you just, you warm it up, and then you pour it in your pretty fancy gravy boat, and everybody thinks you slaved and made homemade, and you really didn't. Okay, salad. Do you have a fruit salad, a veggie salad tray, or something else? We always have a veggie salad tray. We also had let's see, what can I call it? Like a pickles and olives tray. It was always out and always on the table. And we used usually the speared pickles. usually use the, oh my gosh. Anyway, we had pickles, not dill. I can't think of the name of the, uh, see, my memory is going. Anyway, we had a pickle and olive tray all the time on our table. Cranberries, number 7, whole, jellied, fresh, never made fresh, always used cans. I've had whole and jellied on the table. I have purchased fresh cranberries, and I've often used them as decoration when hosting the dinner myself. You can put a little pretty bowl, like a little clear crystal bowl or a little clear glass bowl, or maybe even a clear vase, and you put a little water in it, and then you put the cranberries in and they all float and it looks beautiful, and then you put a little floating candle in the center and then light it, and it just gives beautiful ambiance to the table. And so when I only buy 1 bag of whole cranberries, and I use it for decoration for the holidays. I don't use it, I don't make cranberry sauce with it. Okay, number 8, rolls. Homemade, refrigerated cans, or bakery. Well, we always get brown and serve rolls. They're already made up. You find them in the bread aisle, and you do have to bake them, but you just take it home and open the package and plop them on the cookie tray and or a jelly tray, and brush the tops with melted butter and pop them in the oven for about 10 minutes, and they're browned, and then so you get warm whole rolls. We've done that for years. I don't remember having other. Sometimes I'm sure we had other rolls, but those are the ones that I still serve. And then butter, real or margarine. Well, Thanksgiving we use real butter, although some people for their other vegetables they prefer margarine, so we have both on the table. And then number 10, pie. What do you have? Well, our traditional pie is pumpkin. The entire family loves pumpkin. We now make sugar-free pumpkin pie for my mother. In the past, we had made or purchased cherry or apple sugar-free pie for her. But our favorites are pumpkin, and yes, more than one pumpkin pie is made. But pumpkin pie is our definite go-to at Thanksgiving. So, and those are the questions. And I did want to add that in our family, because as I said, growing up, when all my aunts and uncles and we all got together, huh, Logan? See, I don't remember, Mommy. I'm just a baby now. I'm just a tiny baby now, and I'm sleepy. At any rate, we always had muscatoli for our Thanksgiving meal as a side dish. And the reason was when you have 30 or more people, that stretches your meal and makes sure everybody is full. And that was the whole reason behind it. But my sister, that was one of her favorites. And so to this day, we have to have muscatoli at dinner, at our Thanksgiving dinner, because my sister just loved it. And it's always our homemade. You have to make the homemade sauce first. That's usually made weeks, days ahead, because we make a big batch, we freeze it in containers, and then all you have to do is get the sauce out, thaw it, boil the noodles, and boom, you've got a meal. So, and sometimes we also have salad, a regular lettuce salad with all the fixings at Thanksgiving. So that is our Thanksgiving Day meal. It was such fun to answer Gail's tag. For all of you who are my regular subscribers, thank you so much. You know I love you. Thank you for coming and being with us today. And for anybody who's new, thank you for watching. And have a blessed Thanksgiving if you're in the United States. I hope to get on again before Thanksgiving, but we will see. Take care, my friends, and remember, no matter what we're going through, God loves you. Bye-bye.